What's up, YouTube Moves here. Now, 2022 looks like it's going to be a great year for Netflix original films. Hopefully, some of them are good. But I decided to do my top, not 10, my top 20 anticipated Netflix original movies coming out next year because there's lots to look forward to. So it was a little hard to actually just pick just 10. So I decided to narrow it down to 20. So, with that being said, here's my list. All right, coming in at number 20, I'm going to go with the movie Day Shift. Now, Day Shift is pretty much like a vampire. It's pretty much like a vampire-based film, and hopefully it's better than Night Thief. That's for sure. And of course, next year's gonna be a cool year for vampires. Between Morbius, between TV shows such as Interview with the Vampire series, and Day Shift is another one of them. Now, the film, which sorry, now the film, by the way, has a really cool cast. It is, of course, led by it's actually led by Jamie Foxx. And let me pull up what the film's about. Now, here's the crazy synopsis. In it, Jamie Foxx stars as a hardworking blue-collar dad who just wants to provide a good life for his quick-witted 8-year-old daughter. His Monday San Fernando Valley pool. It's a San Fernando Valley film that's not directed by Paul Thomas Anderson. Pretty cool. His Monday San Fernando Valley pool cleaning job is a front for his real source of income, hunting and killing vampires. So in his daytime, like his day job, he pretty much cleans a pool, but as nighttime he kills vampires because it's a little hard to kill vampires during the daytime. I mean, I'm a vampire expert, but I'm pretty sure vampires cannot survive in the daytime. So yeah, but now of course Jamie Foxx, stars in this, and it has a really cool supporting cast too. Here's who's supposed also in this. You got the likes of Megan Good, Dave Franco, Scott Atkins, Steve Howey, who you might remember as Steve from Shameless. As I should say, you might recognize him as Kevin from Shameless. Why did I call him Steve? Anyway, you also got Snoop Dogg is also in this. I mean, talk about a supporting cast. It does sound like it could be really fun. It does sound like it could be an interesting Netflix original. Hopefully it's decent and not another Night Thief, because that movie was terrible. Anywho. Coming in at number 19, I'm going to go with Escape from Spiderhead. Now, Escape from Spiderhead is directed by Joseph Kosinski, who also has Top Gun Maverick coming out in the same year. So he literally has not one but 2 films out next year. Now, the film is also written by Rhett Weeks and Paul Warnick, of course, the writers behind the Deadpool films. And here's what this synopsis is about. 2 convicts living in a near-future society grapple with their pasts while trapped in a faculty that allows prisoners to reduce their sentence time by volunteering for experiments using emotion-altering drugs, which are run by prison overseers. Inmate Jeff comes to care for another prisoner, Rachel, and tries to outmaneuver the experiments of the prison to save her. The cast also includes the likes of Chris Hemsworth, Miles Teller, and Janae Smollett. You got some really cool cast members. It is also based on a book as well, so there's that too. It does sound really fun. Sometimes Chris Hemsworth outside of the MCU doesn't always pick the best projects. I mean, Extraction was okay, but some of the other stuff like Black Hat wasn't so good. What else? He's picked some not so great films over the past years. I can't remember all of them. That Moby Dick film in the Hard to See wasn't so good. Hopefully this will be entertaining. Of course, I believe he still has Extraction coming out next year too. I'm still not sure if that's next year or the following. That's kind of why Extraction 2 is not on my list. But anyway, coming in at number 18, because they're great with musicals, I decided to add a musical list, and that is 13 the musical. Now, the other thing, the music, of course, is based on a very popular. Is actually based on a very popular musical of the same name there, and and other the the cast the cast is pretty intriguing as well. You got the likes of Eli Golden, Gabriel Ua, J.D. McCary, lots of young newcomers in this. You also got Deborah Messing. It's always cool to see Deborah Messing pop up in anything. I mean, Netflix has done really great with musicals. Of course, Tick Tick Boom's terrific. Last year's The Prom was great. So I'm definitely intrigued, to see where they're going to take this new one at. You also got Real Permanent and Josh Peck is also in this as well, so that's always a given. Now here's what the film. Now, of course, the musical, which ran from October 2008 and 2009, uh, pretty much follows a Evan Goes man who following a move to from New York City to small town Indiana, grapples with his parents' divorce, prepares for his impending bar mitzvah, and navigates the complicated social circus of a new school. Now, the original music even featured the likes of Ariana Grande and Elizabeth Gillis, so that's really cool. So there's that. So I'm definitely intrigued to check out where they're gonna take this new music adaptation because, like I said, they did a great job with the prom. I know Tick Tick Boom was terrific. Hopefully this will be and halfway movie, by the way. Havoc Evans, of course, the director behind the Raid trilogy, and the film has a really cool cast here too. It is led by Tom Hardy and stars Forrest Whitaker, Timothy Olyphant, Luis Guzman. And here's what it's about. After a drug deal goes AWOL, a detective must fight his way through the criminal underworld to rescue a politician's estranged son while tangling his city's dark web of conspiracies and corruption. This sounds fun. I mean, of course, Gareth Evans did a great job with the Raid film, so I cannot really see where he's going to take this one to. It sounds like it'd be really cool. So, and Tom Hardy, it's always a given to see Tom Hardy in anything. So maybe this could be intriguing. Who knows? All right, number 16. I'm gonna go with Me Time. Now, if you guys don't know, Kevin Hart, of course, signed like a multi-deal with Netflix to produce and star in movies. For the streaming, and Me Time is pretty much no exception. This is a film that actually teams both Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg, which should be a treat, which is an interesting combo right there. Now, here's what the plot is about. After years without any free time to himself, stay-at-home dad Sonny has a free weekend with his wife and kids. Uh, a free weekend when his wife and kids are away, deciding to hit up his old best friend Huck. Together, the pair go on a wild weekend that threats to upend Sonny's life. Now you also got Virginia Hars also in this. You got some other intriguing cast members as well. Of course, Mark Wahlberg is no stranger. Now you also got Virginia Hars also in this. You got some other intriguing cast members as well. Of course, Mark Wahlberg is no stranger with Netflix because, of course, he did work with Netflix on that movie Spencer Confidential. But this, I gotta say, this sounds really intriguing. Sounds fun. And Kevin Hart, I really always do like his sense of humor, so cannot wait to see. Seeing Kevin Hart and Mark Wahlberg team up should be an interesting pairing. So hopefully it'll be something cool. All right, number 15. I'm gonna go with Apollo 10 and a half, age a space childhood. That's a weird name, by the way. It's kind of a tongue twister if you think about it. Now, this is directed by Richard Linklater, who, of course, directed some really great movies, from the Before trilogy to School of Rock. I've always loved Richard Linklater's work. Of course, he gave us Boyhood. One of his films is probably won't be coming out until like 2040, so he has loads of time up his sleeve here. Now the film is pretty much like a anime, like mixed with animation, sci-fi. That tells the story of the Apollo moon landing. You got some really cool cast members in this. That includes Josh Wiggins, Zachary Levi, Jack Black. Of course, Jack Black and Richard Linklater has worked together before on School Rock and Bernie. So seeing those two pair off each, those two reunite once again should be interesting. I cannot wait to see a trailer. I thought the movie could have came out this year, but I don't know. Maybe pandemic helped it. I don't know. But it does sound like it would be really interesting. Originally, it has a great with animation too. We've seen that with Waking Life, Scanner Darkly. Hopefully, this will be his next hit. Who knows? I think it does sound like it be really. Does sound like it be really. Think it could be really interesting here. All right, 14. I'm gonna go with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Of course, they did drop like the new trailer recent, and holy cow, this movie looks awesome. I still wish it was coming to theaters, but it is what it is, I guess. But I'm definitely intrigued to check this one out. I do quite like the Texas Chainsaw franchise. They have always held a place in my heart. So I am really So yeah, I am definitely really pumped to check out where they're gonna take this new one to. It's supposed to be more of a follow to the original. Like we're actually getting some of the original characters back. Sadly, not the original actors. Some of the original actors are no longer with us. But we are getting some new additions as well. Like we are getting Elsa Fitches in this. You got some other trained cast members. So I'm really pumped to check this one out. Hold up, my computer's not. And hey, after seeing what Netflix did with the Fear Street trilogies, I'm intrigued to check out another slasher from there from them. Coming in at number 13, I'm gonna go Wendell and Wild. Now, this is a new like anime film that is actually directed by Henry Selick. Of course, he did direct some iconic anime movies like James and John Peach, Nightmare Before Christmas, Coraline. So it's really cool seeing him coming back. It's directed. It also stars the likes of Keegan Michael Key and Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele did say he retired from acting, but I guess it's only physical acting, not voice acting. So there's that. And of course, they did actually. Now this is pretty much like a stop motion horror based film, and here's what it's about: two scheming demon brothers, Wendell Wild, voiced by Key and Peele, must face their arch nemesis, the demon dusting nun, Sister Helly, and their two acolytes on the goth teens, Cat and Ryo. I mean, the animation, of course, they did drop like a trailer, not more like a teaser, not so long ago. It looks intriguing. I mean, what could you get? I mean, what else would you expect from the director of Nightmare Before Christmas? So it looks like it'd be really interesting to watch. So I'm definitely intrigued to check this one out. All right. Number 12, I'm going to go with The Adam Project. Now, The Adam Project is pretty much also reunites Ryan Reynolds with his Free Guy director, Sean Levy. And of course, after seeing what they, after seeing, Free Guy, I'm definitely intrigued to check out this pairing once again. Now, this movie also stars the likes of Garner, Zoe Saldana, Mark Ruffalo, and Catherine Keener. And it's about a man who travels back to time to get help from his younger self to confront their late father. And I know they're not pulling like a Gemini man and have Ron Reynolds play two characters. So that's intriguing, I guess. So this is pretty much about a killer nurse. Yeah, now it is led by Jessica Chastain, who I'm guessing she's a killer nurse, so sign me up there. Eddie Redmayne is also in this. You also got Noah Emmerich, Kim Dickens. Based on a it is actually based on a book. I mean, this does sound really insane. You know, I mean, yeah. I don't know which nurse is gonna be worse, Ratchet or Jessica Chastain's nurse in this. But it does sound like it could be really intriguing. I always do love a good true story film, and yeah, seeing Chastain and Eddie Redmayne team up together, that should be interesting casting. So, yeah, sign me up with this one. All right. Coming in at number nine, I'm gonna go with The School of Good and Evil. Now, this is also based on a book directed by Paul. Now, this movie is, of course, directed by Paul Feig, of course, the guy who directed Bridesmaids. He, of course, directed, Ghostbusters, the 2016 version, I should say. This film has a really cool cast here too. You got the likes of Michelle Yeoh, Charlize Theron, Sir Ben Kingsley, Lawrence Fishburne, and it's about a group of boys and girls who are taken into an institution where they are trained to become fairy tale like heroes and villains. And here's the other insane plot. Like the one who's supposed to be on the good side ends up going to the bad side. The one who's supposed to be the bad person goes to the good side. So it's kind of like trading places, but in the fairy tale world. This does sound like it'd be really fascinating. The two leads are, of course, played by Sophia Wiley from High School Musical, the series fame, and famed Broadway actress Sophia and Caruso. So seeing those two team up should be a trade. I really do quite like Paul Feig's work. He has directed some really tree movies that I haven't really got to appreciate. So I'm definitely really pumped to check this one out whenever it comes out. All right. Number eight, I'm gonna go with White Noise. Now, of course, this is Noah Baumbach's latest film coming to Netflix. Now, of course, Noah Baumbach recently directed other Netflix movies such as The Marvelous Stories and most recent Marriage Story. And this is also based on a novel and stars the likes of Adam Driver, Jodie Turner-Smith. You also got Andre Benjamin. I believe Greg Gerwig's also in this. No. And here's what this is about. Jack Glennie, professor of Hitler Studies at College on the Hill, husband to Babette, and father to children/stepchildren, is torn asunder by the airborne toxic event, a catastrophic train accident that casts comical waste over his town. Now, this is Noah Baumbach, and he has directed some really true movies I like. His Netflix movies aside, this is the guy who gave us films like Mistress America, Squid and the Whale. So anything this guy directs, I'm definitely intrigued. So it does sound like it'd be really interesting. Oscar win all over, I'm guessing. So hopefully this will be maybe his next hit. Like, will it be a Marriage Story? Who knows? All right, number seven, I'm going to go with The Bubble. Now, The Bubble is actually a Judd Apatow directed film. And it's actually his first. Believe it or not, this is actually Judd Apatow's first streaming film. Of course, he did have King for Staten Island, but that wasn't meant for streaming. That just went to that pretty much just went straight to VOD because of the pandemic and everything. But this one, he's actually making literally for Netflix. It could possibly go. Like sometimes Netflix movies do go theirs and streaming on the same time. So now here's what the Bubble is about. It follows a group of actors and actresses stuck inside a pandemic bubble at a hotel attempting to complete a film. So that yes, it pretty much takes place during a pandemic. Doesn't say if it takes place during the COVID-19 pandemic or what. If I had to guess, it probably takes place during the COVID-19 pandemic because they have been doing movies that takes place during the pandemic lately. And the cast in this is really insane. You got the likes of the cast includes Karen Gillan, Pedro Pascal, Rob Delaney, Leslie Mann, because it's a John Apatow movie. He has to have his wife in it. Keegan Michael Key, David Duchovny. And by the way, I like Leslie Mann. I just want to throw that out there. You also got Judd Apatow's youngest star, Iris Apatow, who, by the way, Judd Apatow's oldest daughter, Maud Apatow. She's really good on Euphoria. I just want to throw that out there too. You also got Maria Bakalova, coming off of Borat's subsequent movie film. You got some really cool cast members in this, and Judd Apatow, he is definitely one of my favorite directors in the business. He has not directed a movie that I hate. I kid you not, I literally love all his films. From 4-Year Virgin to Knocked Up to King of Staten Island was actually pretty fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to checking out where his next feature is going to be. It does sound like it'll be really interesting, so hopefully it'll be decent. All right, number 6, I'm going to go with The Gray Man. Now, The Gray Man, of course, is directed by the Russo brothers. Of course, the same guys behind Avengers Endgames, Avengers Infinity War, Captain America Civil War. You know the job. Now, the film is actually based on a novel of the same name, and here's what it's about. Cord Gentry, a veteran CIA operative, is betrayed by his own agency, forcing him to become a fugitive. Lloyd Henson, a former colleague of his at the agency, is sent to hunt him down. Now, this is led by Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans. You also got Ana de Armas, Billy Bob Thornton, Reggie John Page, because he has he has a relationship with Netflix thanks to Bridgerton. You also got Scott Hayes, Michael Gandolfini coming off of Many States of Newark. You got some really cool cast members in this. And the budget, holy cow! Now this definitely I don't know if it's as much as Red Nose's budget, but holy cow, the budget on this thing is $200 million. Talk about budget right there. And I cannot wait to see Chris Evans and almost said Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Gosling, duke it out with one another. I think this could be really intriguing to watch. Hopefully, it's a really decent film because Russo Brothers, sometimes their movies that they've even produced hasn't always they don't always knock it out of the park. So hopefully this will be hopefully this will be a good film. Let me just put it that way. All right. Now coming to the top five, I'm gonna go for my number five is Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Now I of course just saw Nightmare Alley, and he did a good job with that one. And next year, Guillermo del Toro has two Netflix originals. He has some horror anthology series called I think 10 to Midnight or something like that. And he also has Pinocchio. And literally next year, we're literally getting not one but two Pinocchio movies coming out. We're getting one that coming to Disney Plus that Robert Zemeckis has coming with Tom Hanks, and we're getting this one. And this is supposed to be a stop motion, a Pinocchio film. They haven't dropped a trailer or anything, but it does look intriguing. I like some of the voices here. You got the likes of Ewan McGregor, who's of course voicing Chimney Cricket. Finn Wolfhard's also in this. Tilda Swinton, Kate Blanchett, of course, reuniting since Nightmare Alley. I don't know. This could be. It's gonna be interesting. Which Pinocchio movie is gonna be better? Is Guillermo del Toro's version gonna be better, or will Robert Zemeckis' version be better? So. Yeah, it's gonna be intriguing to see. But yeah, I mean, Netflix has some intriguing anime films coming out next year. All right. Number four, I'm gonna go with a sequel that they brought out, and that is of course Knives Out 2. Now, of course, I really enjoyed the first Knives Out, so I'm really pumped to see where they're gonna take the sequel to. So that's Netflix and not Lionsgate reuniting, but maybe it'll work on Netflix. Who knows? Of course, we do got we do of course got Bond himself, Daniel Craig coming back. We do got a really cool supporting cast that includes the likes of Dave Bautista, Kate Hutt's supposed to be in this. Got some really cool cast members in this. It does of course, the first film had some really cool cast members from Chris Evans to the action on the armors. You had some really cool cast members in the first film, so I cannot wait to see the actors in action of this new one. Hopefully, it'll be as good as the first film because we are getting a third one too. So, yeah. All right. Coming in at number three, I'm gonna go with a Untitled Chapter director film. Now, still no word on what this movie's going on. No one on what the title's gonna be or anything, but it does have an intriguing synopsis here. It follows a new couple and their families who find themselves examining modern love, family dynamics amidst clashing cultures, societal expectations, and generational differences. The cast is cool. It is led by Jonah Hill and Eddie Murphy, so we're pretty much gonna be seeing Eddie Murphy back next year. Some other cast members include Lauren London, David Duchovny. Yeah, nice year for him, by the way. Brian Greenberg, Nia Long, Rhea Perlman, Molly Gordon, Andra Savage, Dion Cole, Lala Anthony, Emily Orlock. You got some really cool supporting players. This does sound like it could be really interesting. Eddie Murphy is no stranger to Netflix because of Dolomite is My Name. Beverly Hills Cop 4 is going to Netflix, so there's that too. And it is really cool to see him coming back, especially since after coming to America and Dolomite. Hey, are we going to be living in the Eddie Murphy science? Who knows? But it's going to be really cool. See him return there. Oh, and by the way, I think I just missed 11. By the way, number 11, I'm gonna go with Hustle. Of course, this is the basketball film that stars Adam Sandler in it, produced by LeBron James. You know that definitely looks intriguing. I cannot believe I missed 11. Anyway, and number 11 is definitely Hustle. I mean, that movie could have came out this year, but I guess the pandemic and everything, there is now coming out next year instead. So, Adam Sandler, Queen Latifah, Robert Duvall, cool casting there. So should be interesting to see how that one turns out. No, now that's not the only Netflix film that Sandler has coming in next year too. Coming in at number 2, I'm gonna go with Spaceman. Now, Spaceman is pretty much like a sci-fi based drama starring, which is actually directed by Jonah Ronak. Of course, he is best known for Chernobyl fame. And it's always cool seeing Adam Sandler really tackle more dramatic stuff because when the guy does drama, he knows how to nail out a part. We've seen that with Uncut Gems, Right Over Me, Punch Drunk Love. But this does sound like does sound very intriguing. Here's what this is about. In it, Jacob Prozasaka, an orphan as a boy and raised in Chizi's countryside by his grandparents, overcomes his odds to become the country's first astronaut. Now, this is actually, and he even literally has a relationship with an alien. So, yeah. Now, besides Sandler, the cast also includes Carey Mulligan, Paul Dano, and Kunal Nahar, who you might know as Raj from Big Bang Theory. Uh, I don't know what you think about this, but it does sound like it could be really intriguing. Adam Sandler in a sci-fi drama, that should be really intriguing to watch. I never read the book, so I can't really comment on the book or anything. But this does sound like it could be really intriguing. All right. Now, my number one anticipated Netflix original movie coming next year is the film Blonde. Now, Blonde is directed by Assassination Jesse James director Andrew Dominic, and it's actually based on a book as well. And it fictionalizes the chronicle of the inner life of Marilyn Monroe. So this is pretty much a biopic about Marilyn's life. It stars Ana de Armas, who plays the role of Marilyn, with Bobby Cannavale, Adrian Brody, Scoop McNairy, Sarah Paxson, Xavier Samuel, Julian Nicholson, Garrett Dillahunt, Lucy DeVito. You got some really cool cast members in this. It does sound like to be really intriguing. Ana de Armas, I'm still really interested to check her out as Marilyn Monroe, especially because of her accent and everything. So I'm really intrigued to see where she's gonna take as the Marilyn character. So, I mean, obviously she has looks. Let's be for there. So yeah, hopefully this will be intriguing. It does sound like to be really fascinating, and I've always been interested on the life of Marilyn Monroe. So, and we have really seen biopics about her in the past, so maybe this could be intriguing as well. They're saying it's going to be NC-17, by the way, so that's a given. It's always good to see an NC-17 on screen, But I don't know. I kid you not. Netflix is even offensive because it's NC-17. Let me put it out there. So I don't know. I'm still intrigued to check it out because it is Andrew Dominic, it is out on the Alma. So hopefully it'll still be decent. Maybe it'll be an Oscar contender. Who knows? Maybe on the Alma's first Oscar. That would be cool to see an Oscar on mantle. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Here's my rundown. A 20 Day Ship, 19 Escape from Spiderhead, 18 13 the Musical, 17 Havoc, 16 Me Time, 15 Apollo 10 and a half, 14 Chainsaw Massacre, 13 When They're Wild, 12 The Adam Project, 11 Hustle, 10 The Good Nurse, 9 The School for Good and Evil, 8 White Noise, 7 The Bubble, 6 The Gray Man, Spaceman, and number 1 is Blonde. Now there's other ones that's coming out next year that could be a string as well. Let me put over here. Other ones I probably could have added is that new movie Rustin. That sounds intriguing. Tyler Perry has 2 films coming to Netflix next year. Jasmine Blue and Homecoming. Against the Ice could be intriguing. All Quiet on the Western Front with Dana Brühl. We got a movie called Beauty coming out. We got the film Brazen with Alyssa Milano coming out. We still got Chicken Run 2, but I think that's coming out in 2023. Code 8's probably coming out. Cursor with Asa Butterfield and Robert England sounds intriguing. High in the Clouds supposed to be coming out. Chesley's Lover with Luckiest Girl Alive with Mila Kunis. That sounds intriguing. Luther, the movie, for all you Luther fans. I still wonder what's going on with Bradley Cooper's Leonard Bernstein biopic. That I really want to see what's going on with. Monkey Man with Dev Patel. Munich. My boss Dragon. We got loads of other stuff coming out next year. But anyway, let me lead you guys. What are some of your anticipated Netflix movies coming out next year? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is